Hello, YouTubers. Alaska Prepper here. Happy Monday to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like this winter is going to be another winter where people, especially those in European countries, are going to have to decide how much they want to heat their homes or if they're going to heat their homes at all if they want to eat. Putin bans diesel and gasoline exports, sending distillate fuel oil prices skyrocketing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just going to affect the heating bills. This is going to affect everything. Diesel is the economy. So if diesel prices are high, it means that heating oil prices are going to be high. I've noticed that here in Alaska in the last couple of months, the price of heating oil has gone up by just shy of 50%, probably about 48, 49% now. But that's not the only thing. Everything that moves across our highways moves because of diesel. So everything is going to continue to get even more expensive than what it is now going into the cold months of the year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I told you in the past that inflation had found a plateau, but that it was not over. And inflation only has one way to go, and it is going to be up. And it's going to start going back up at a steadier and faster rate than what we've been experiencing for the last 3 or 4 months that we've had somewhat of a respite. So prepare, ladies and gentlemen, no matter where you live, because just like Russia said, this is only temporary. I remember a president back in 1971, August 15th to be exact, saying that we were going to go ahead and shut down the gold window, temporarily, of course, but it's been over 50 years and it's still shut down. I have a feeling that in our lifetime, we're going to see that gold window open back up because they won't have a choice. People are waking up. But let's talk about what Russia is doing with their banning of exports. Russia temporarily banned exports of diesel and gasoline to help stabilize its domestic supplies, driving diesel to its record highs and adding pressure on already tight global fuel markets. And here they say that temporary restrictions will help saturate the fuel market within Russia in order for the people not to have to pay such a high price. And I mean, it doesn't really matter what we think, or whether we think that's a good idea or not, because we don't live in Russia. But what they're doing is pretty much the same thing that India did by stopping or restricting the export of rice. They just don't want their people to have to suffer and pay so much more for it because they're exporting it instead of keeping it in their country. I think that's a good idea for us here as well, at least in the United States. But it seems that we are trying to do everything that we can to be dependent on imports of fuel instead of being dependent upon ourselves and producing what we need for ourselves. Anyways, I digress. Bloomberg reported that Russia was the world's single biggest seaborne exporter of diesel-type fuel so far this year. And here they say that Russia is narrowly ahead of the United States in exporting fuels or diesel fuels. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. This is happening in Russia. They stopped exporting fuels, right? We are a big exporter of diesel fuel, just like Russia is. They're narrowly ahead of the United States. Do you think that this is going to affect the price of diesel here in the United States? You better believe it. So even if you live in the United States, because Russia has stopped exporting diesel and we don't need to import diesel, it's going to affect the price of diesel here in the U.S. Why? Because we have a world market, ladies and gentlemen. Because if the price of diesel goes up for Europe, it means that they're willing to pay more for it. And where do you think they're going to get that diesel? Probably from the markets here in the U.S. They're going to make up the difference on what they're not getting from Russia, from markets here in the U.S. That's going to push up prices for everyone else. So yes, it is going to affect you too, even though you live in the United States and Russia is way, way far away. Well, not that far away from Alaska, but you know what I mean. And ladies and gentlemen, when I take a look at a chart like this, just take a look at this chart. This is a very scary chart because what I see here, and I'm not a technical analysis guru, but what I see here is like a cup and handle where the handle has broken off, which means that it's only got one way to go, and that's up. So this to me looks like a bullish chart, but don't take my word for it. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Here it says that despite this being only a temporary ban, the impact is significant as Russia remains a key diesel exporter to global markets. You see, this is one of the reasons why I think that all of these governments are in it together. You know what I mean? Let's get a little conspiratorial here, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm not going to go that far. It makes me believe that all of these governments are in it together, because here we have like the EU. Supposedly they hate Russia, right? Because Russia's the devil, etc. You can fill in the blanks. But then if they hate them so much, why are they buying their stuff? It's like, for example, take Budweiser. Any of you here used to drink Budweiser here a few months back, and then after that stuff happened with Mulvaney, I think is the guy's name. When that stuff happened, where they put that guy's face on the can, everybody started boycotting Budweiser, right? People hated Budweiser, so what did they do? They stopped buying their product, right? But here, supposedly, all of these countries hate Russia so much that they have no problem with buying their diesel. But anyways, like I said, it's just a little bit conspiratorial thinking on my part. I'm sure that there's a lot more than just that, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something you need to pay attention to, ladies and gentlemen, a leading indicator, okay? Meanwhile, diesel futures for delivery in October next month also grew more expensive relative to barrels for arrival the following month, with backwardation surpassing $35 per ton. Brent has also spiked, reversing almost all of yesterday's losses. Brent, they mean by oil. In effect, what Russia is doing by halting exports of products is exporting higher prices to Europe. You just have to get ready for this now. That is why I put forward these articles that I like to read over. It's so that you can understand that you have time to get ready. Has it hit yet? Nope, not yet. But you have time to get ready. In all honesty, we should have started getting ready for this winter as soon as last winter ended. Now, something that you really need to get ready for, ladies and gentlemen, this is very serious. And in all honesty, it really is serious. A spam strike looms after Hormel, Minnesota workers reject contract offer. It seems that inflation, ladies and gentlemen, is not all in your minds. Inflation is real, meaning that your dollars are worth less. Why? Because it seems that all of these workers from all of these major corporations are going on strike. Why? Because they don't make enough money. But they made enough money a couple, 3 years ago. Why aren't they making enough money today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can talk to Uncle Sam about that. Uncle Sam has eroded the value of your dollars so much that now they buy you only a fraction of what they used to. Therefore, people are going to say, I want more money. This is what happens when a nation allows its government to run away with its monetary system and do what they want. We are going to pay the price for this for a while. But this is where I'm getting at. I'm not just complaining about this. Go buy your Spam right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you eat Spam, put it away. Spam will last forever, pretty much, before the prices go up even higher, before the dollar is devalued even more. So if you like Spam, oh, look at this. You see this right here? That's going to be an upcoming review. I'm very excited about it. If you like Spam, go get it now, all right, ladies and gentlemen, because in my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. You're going to go ahead and be paying a lot less for it now than you will in the next 2 or 3 years, and Spam will last a lot longer than that. Right. And when I say paying a lot more for it in 2 or 3 years, I don't mean just in nominal dollars. I mean in the amount of labor that you have to exert in order to be able to buy that same can of Spam. And ladies and gentlemen, if you did not watch the informative review video that I did of the Mega 3, of the Oupes Mega 3, take a look at it. That is an awesome machine and an awesome price that Oupes is offering now for, I think, like the next 13 or 14 days. So go check out that video if you haven't checked it out, because that machine is pretty awesome. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.